Alright, so um I think the audio is picking up from my computer, but um so this video is basically as you seen from the title. I'm gonna be reading a book for 30 minutes, man. Just yeah, I know like the Kai Cenat thing is going around where he's reading, people are clowning him and stuff, but this is something I genuinely do. You know, I'm a dude, I typically try to read um, about an hour to a day of reading books and stuff like that. Um, I started reading this other book not too long ago. I'm halfway through it. I just decided today I was gonna check out another book and I was gonna decide to read this one. I checked it at the library today. Let me show you guys what it is. So it's called Social Intelligence, Beyond IQ, Beyond Emotional Intelligence, the revolutionary new science of human relations. So yeah, I typically tend to read a lot. Today I kind of just felt like showing the world, because like I said, I know Kai Cenat's doing it and stuff like that. So I feel like if he's doing something and how big of a person he is and creator, you know, I feel like if I could, share what I'm doing to the world as well, it, you know, make a difference. I feel like I should be able to express express myself as well by doing the things that I love to do as well. So I'm gonna just, read a little bit, um, post it. Hopefully it encourages a lot of people to get into reading, man. It's a really good thing to do. Uh, it's really helpful for the mind, the brain, the words, um, and depending on what type of story or fiction or nonfiction, I typically go for nonfictional books because I don't know, they just I typically go for nonfictional because it's smarter, it's better for the brain to me. Honestly, though, any book you read is really good for you. Honestly, but I prefer that. So today, before we start reading the book and stuff like that, I got me a water. I got me an apple. Um, we're gonna, water, apple. Just gonna get the start of reading, man. So it's my first time reading this book or any type. Actually, by this author, I've never read any Daniel Goleman books before, so we're gonna see. Let's get straight into it, y'all. We're gonna set up the timer here. Um, hey Siri, set a 30-minute timer.
30 minutes, counting down.
All right, here we go. 30 minutes. Part 1, Wired to Connect. Unveiling a new science. During the early days of the second American invasion of Iraq, a group of soldiers set out for a local mosque to I'm gonna turn off the light real quick. I'm gonna turn off the light to get the. There we go. I guess it kind of just feels like it sets the vibe, the atmosphere a little more, Okay, there we go. Their goal was to ask his help in organizing the distribution of released supplies, but a mob gathered, fearing the soldiers were coming to arrest their spiritual leader or destroy the mosque, a holy shrine. Hundreds of devout Muslims surrounded the soldiers, waving their hand in the air and shouting as they pressed in toward the heavily armed platoon. The commanding officer, Lieutenant Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Hughes thought fast. Picking up a loudspeaker, he told his soldiers to take a knee, meaning to kneel on one knee. Next, he ordered them to point their rifles towards the ground. Then his order was smile. At that, the crowd mood morphed. A few people were still yelling, but most were now smiling in return. A few patted the soldiers on the back. As Hughes ordered them to walk slowly away backward, still smiling, that quick-witted move was the culmination of dizzying array of split-second social calculations. Hugh had to read the level of hostility in the crowd and sense what would calm them. Hughes had to read the level of hostility in that crowd and sense what would calm them. He had to bet on the discipline of his men and the strength of their trust in him, and he had to gamble on hitting just the right gestures that would pierce the barriers of language and culture, all culminating in those spur-of-the-moment decisions. The well-calibrated forcefulness combined with the adeptness? Adaptness? What does that say? At reading people. Distinguishes outstanding law enforcement officers and certainly military officers dealing with agitated civilians. Whatever one's feeling about the military campaign itself, the incident spots one's feelings about the military campaign itself that, oh shit, incident spot. Oh. I can't see. I might have to turn on the light again. Or is this? It's like this. Oh, there we go. What carried Hughes through the tight spot were the same neural circuits that we really. What carried Hughes. What in the world? What carried Hughes through the tight spot were the same neural circuits that we rely on when we encounter a potentially sinister stranger and decide instantly whether to run or engage. This interpersonal radar has saved countless people over human history and it remains crucial to our survival even today. In a less urgent mode, our brain's social circuits navigate us through every encounter, whether in the classroom, the bedroom, or on the sales floor. Those circuits are at play when lovers meet, eye, and kiss for the first time, or when tears held back or sense nothing less. They account for the glow of a talk with a friend where we feel nourished. The neural system operates in any interaction where turning and timing are crucial. They give a lawyer the certainty that he wants that the person's on a jury, a negotiator the gut sense that this is the other party's final offer, a patient the feeling she could trust her physician. It accounts for the magic in the meeting where everyone stops shuffling papers, quiets down, and locks in on what someone says. And now science can detail the neuromechanics at work in such moments. The social... I feel like I gotta... I could turn this on. Maybe give me some light. In this book, I aim to lift. Give me a light. In this book, I aim to lift the curtain on an emerging science, one that almost daily reveals startling insights in our interpersonal world. The most fundamental revelation on this new discipline we are wired to connect. Neuroscience has discovered that our brain's very design makes it sociable. Inexorably drawn into an intimate brain-to-brain link-up whenever we engage another person. That neural bridge lets us affect the brain and so the body of everyone we interact with, just as they do us. Even our most routine encounters act as regulations in the brain, priming our emotions, some desirable, others not. The more strongly connected we are with someone emotionally, the greater the mutual force. Our most potent exchanges occur with these people with whom we spend the greatest amount of time day and night, year after year, particularly those we care about the most. During those neural link-ups, our brain engages in an emotional tango, a dance of feelings. Our social interactions operate as mutilators, something like interpersonal thermostats that continually reset key aspects of our brain function as they orchestrate our emotions. The resulting feelings have far-reaching consequences that ripple throughout our body, sending out cascades of hormones that regulate biological systems from our heart to our immune cells. Perhaps most astonishing, science now tracks connections between the most stressful relations and the operation of specific genes that regulate the immune system. To a surprising extent, then, our relationships mold not just our experience but our biology. The brain-to-brain links allows our strongest relationship to shape us on matters as benign as whether we laugh at the same jokes or profound as which gene are activated in T cells, the immune system's foot soldiers in the constant battle against evading bacteria and viruses. That link is a double-edged sword. Nourishing relationships have a beneficial impact on our health, while toxic ones can act like slow poison in our bodies. That's real. Virtually all the major scientific discoveries I draw on this volume have emerged since emotional intelligence appeared in 1995. What? Emotional intelligence was discovered in 1995? But it's slanted though, so that might be like quoting like a book or like a movie or something. Like it's not saying the specific emotional intelligence, right? Like we didn't discover emotional intelligence in 1995. Was it? Yeah. There's no. Yeah. There's no way scientists came up with that just done. And it continued to surface at a quickening pace. When I wrote emotional intelligence, yeah, he wrote that. That's his book. That's a book. That's his book. My focus is on a crucial set of human capacities within us as individuals. Our ability to manage our own emotions and our inner potential for positive relations. Here, the picture enlarged beyond a one-person psychology. Those capacities the individuals has within to a two-person psychology. What transpires as we connect. I intend this book to be a companion volume to emotional intelligence, exploring the same terrain of human life from a different vantage point, one that allows a wider swath of understanding of our personal world. The spotlight shifts to those ephemeral? Ephemeral? I don't know that word actually. That is actually crazy. I actually don't know that word. Ephemeral? Where is it again? It's in the book, human life from a different vantage point allows a wider swath to understand our personal Oh, here we go. Ephemeral. It means, hold on.
Ephemeral.
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 So that means lasting for a very short time. Ephemeral, okay. Wait, what is this in this? The spotlight shifts to those ephemeral moments that emerge as we interact. Same terrain, in a personal world, the spotlight shifts from those ephemeral moments that emerge. Oh, okay. These take on deep consequences as we realize how there's some total we create one another. Our inquiry speaks to questions like, what makes a psychopath dangerously manipulative? Can we do a better job of helping our children grow up to be happy? What makes a marriage a nourishing base? Can relationships buffer us from disease? How can a teacher or leader enable the brains of students or workers to do their best? What helps groups riven by hatred? Riven? Riven? I don't know that word either. Riven.
Rive.
That ain't what I said. I said riven. Riven.
Rive.
No. Ribbon.
Riven.
Okay. Where's the definition? Goodness gracious. Oh, I guess the meaning is rive, but riven is just in past tense, you know. So rive means to split or tear apart violently. And I guess riven just means it was split. Wait. What helps groups riven by hatred? That doesn't make sense. Split or tear apart violently. What? It's asking questions. So, how can a teacher or leader enable the brains of students or workers to do their best? What helps groups riven by hatred come to live together in peace? What helps groups riven by hatred come to live together in peace? Oh, I'm stupid, bro. I'm stupid. Am I cliff farming? So it's basically asking what makes So it's basically asking what, like, how groups that are like torn apart, you know, ripped to shreds and stuff, like, what are groups like that? How are groups like that who are ripped apart by specifically hatred? How do they come together as peace? So two things that go to war, how can they make peace? How can peace treaties become a thing if they go to war? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some people watching this probably like, this nigga stupid. I knew that the whole time. How did he not know? Well, my fault, bro. Chill. That's why we read books. We get smarter. So next time, we'll know. That's literally how it works. I'm only 19. Imagine if I just stack these on top of these and I'll be able to. And just, hold on. Somebody's at the door. Yeah?
Are you? This nigga reading a book. Are you asleep?
No, I'm in the middle of recording.
Oh, sorry. I was finna ask you, is you hungry?
A little bit.
What you wanna eat?
chicken.
Still got some chicken. I got some more money. We can get some shit from Walmart. Bro,
What are they doing, bro?
I don't know.
I freaked out, bro. They've been doing this shit. What the? Alright. Okay.
Nigga, you on the first page. You gotta not read that book.
I'm on the 3rd page. I've been reading for 20 minutes, bro.
You can't be like a page.
That's what I thought.
I swear. It's a good book, man. It's about social.
What? We trying to decide what to eat.
Like some baked mac and cheese.
So, baby, you been talking about
No,
baked
is that crazy? Is that
You been
crazy?
talking about baked mac and
No,
cheese for the
no,
longest
no,
time.
no, let me chill.
That nigga been talking about baked mac and cheese for years. I want some chips and dip, gang. I ain't gonna lie, some
Bro,
Rotel.
you said that the other day we could do that.
Some Rotel?
Yeah, we gotta get some cheese, some sauce, and some
Some
seasonings.
cheese, that Vita cheese,
some ground,
some
like a
ground
pack of
beef.
ground beef. Yeah.
We gonna eat lamb. We gonna eat not lamb, ground beef grass. That's healthy. Well, never mind. You want the regular taste? All right,
I ain't never.
All right, bro.
I don't know. Ground beef grass.
Ground beef grass. Yeah, cows that eat grass.
Oh,
Like it's like a
it's
healthy.
still ground beef.
Close 11. What time it is? 10:09. Oh yeah, we gonna hurry up.
All right, bet I gotta read like 10 more minutes.
All right, bet. Okay. You read 30 minutes a day?
Yeah,
Nigga, just read the Bible.
it's right there. I rotate books
Okay, that's an hour then.
every week. I switch books.
Okay.
Well, I don't. I finish them, but I'm just saying like I put them in rotation, like 2 to 3 books.
Just show. Alright, bet.
All right, bet I'll get back to you. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm gonna add 10 minutes to that because I know. Look, so we're at 9 right now. All right, let's get it. So as we were saying, what helps groups riven by hatred come to live together in peace? And what do these insights suggest for the kind of society we're able to build? And for what really matters in each of our lives? I don't know if these are like new chapters or what. But they have like, oh, no, I'm reading just the prologue. I guess these are just overviews of what we're gonna read about. So this one is social corrosion. Today, just as science reveals how crucial, important, nourishing relationships are, human connections seem increasingly under siege. Social corrosion has many faces. Damn, this motherfucker crazy. A kindergarten teacher in Texas asks a 6-year-old girl to put her toys away, and she launches into a full tantrum mode, screaming and knocking over chairs, then crawling on her teacher's desk and kicking so hard the drawers spill out. I actually did this, man. It was like, I was a little older actually. Man, I used to throw desks and stuff. You know, I remember elementary and middle school, they either move you a seat and then they'll put you at a buddy table, which is like a desk in the corner of the room. And then they would send you to like the next, because there would be like there would be 4 teachers in each grade. So, and they'd be like all in the same hallway right across or connected. And they would just send you to like the next classroom if you got more in trouble at that corner of the desk. And then after that classroom, you went to the office. So I remember one time my teacher made me move seats. And I genuinely wasn't wrong, bro. Like, I remember that. There was nothing I did wrong. Shorty made me move, man. I just seen that teacher too when I graduated high school. They invited us. I don't know how she got my email. I see a lot of people doing this, but I don't know how this teacher discovered my email, bro. A little weird. Elementary teacher. She was also there on my first day of middle school. Just all the elementary teachers were standing outside, waving us down. Orientation, 6th grade orientation. How did they could have went to any other specific school, but they went to the middle school I went to? First day? It wasn't even in the same school zone either, so they just thought, like, they just assumed, like, everybody was going to go to this school, I guess. But anyways, they were still there type. So I got sent to a buddy table. Crashed out. She sent me to the next classroom. I didn't go. I started throwing shit. Screaming and shit like that, man. And then I led to the office on some shit. So I get it with the temper tantrums, bro. I mean, you get over it, you know, as you get older and stuff like that. I am a very calm person. So don't quote me on that. But I'm very calm and peaceful. I can handle my emotions and my anger very well. Okay. Her outburst marks an epidemic of such incidents of wildness among kindergartners, all documented in a single school district in Fort Worth, Texas. The blow-ups occurred not just among the poor students, but among the better off ones as well. Why do we have to mention the rich and the poor kindergartners crashing out? Okay. Some explain the spike in violence among the very young are due to economic stress that makes parents work longer so that children spend hours after school in daycare or alone, or parents come home with the hair trigger for exasperation. Okay, that literally just explained what I asked. Which, that makes a point. I could have guessed that too. I was just asking questions. Other points to data showing that even as toddlers, 40% of American 2-year-olds watch TV for at least 3 hours a day. Damn. Hours they are not interacting with people who can help them learn to get along better. The more TV they watch, the more unruly they are by school age. Really? I didn't know that. That's why we got to take away tablets. In a German city, a motorcyclist gets thrown onto the roadway in a collision. He lies on the pavement, unmoving. Pedestrians walk right by, and drivers gaze at him while they wait for the light to change, but no one stops to help him. Finally, after 15 long minutes, the passenger in the car that has stopped for the light rolls down a window and asks the motorcyclist if he's been hurt, offering to call for help on a cell phone. When the incident is a telecast by the station that has staged the incident, there is a sense of scandal. And this is social corrosion, right? In Germany, everyone who has a driver's license has been trained in emergency first aid precisely for moments like this. Really? What? Everybody in Germany who has a license is also trained in emergency first aid? They don't do that in America. They just give anybody a license. I mean, anybody. Have you seen the people drive in Kansas? I don't even want to know all over the other world, bro. I know the driving is terrible. They literally give anybody a license, and it's like terrible, bro. As a Germany emergency room physician comments, people just walk away when they see others in danger. They don't seem to care. Oh, so I'm so lost. So they got the first aid. They saw this nigga get hit. So the motorcyclist, it gets thrown onto the roadway in a collision. pedestrian. What do you mean? Thrown into the runway. Did he get hit by a car? Like did he drive? What do you mean he got thrown onto the runway? They mentioned he's a motorcyclist, so I'm guessing he was on a motorcycle, not just a dude who rides motorcycles. That's fucked up. People just staring at him, bro. They need to lock in. Okay, unveiling a new science. In 2003, single-person household became the most common living arrangement in the United States of America. And while once families would gather together in the evening, now children, parents, and spouse find it increasingly difficult to spend time together. Boiling Alone by Robert Putnam's acclaimed analyst of the fraying American social fabric, pointing to a two-decade decline in social capital. One way such capital can be gauged for a society is the number of public meetings held and club members maintained. While in the 1970s, 2/3 of Americans belonged to the organizations with regular meetings that they were attended. That number had dropped to around 1/3 by the 1990s. These numbers, Putnam argued, reflected a human loss of connection in American society. Since then, a new kind of organization had mushroomed from just 8,000 in the 1950s to more than 20,000 by the end of the 1990s. Really? But unlike the old clubs with their face-to-face meetings and ongoing social web, these new organizations keep people at a distance. Membership comes via email or mass mailings, and the main activity boils down to sending money or not getting together. Then there are unknowns in the ways humans around the world are connecting and discounting. Then there are the unknowns in the ways humans around the world are connecting and disconnecting. As technology offers more varieties of nominal communication and actual isolation, these trends are all signal the slow vanishing opportunities for people to connect. This inexorable techno creep is so insidious that no one has yet calculated its social and emotional costs. So you saying people really? I mean, what's wrong with that though? Like, what's wrong with like wanting to have some alone time? Like, especially in America, like, you can't afford nothing anyway. So, what's wrong with wanting to be alone, bruh? Which I kind of just contradicted myself because it'd be cheaper to live with more people. All right, next one. Creeping disconnection. Regard the plight of Rosie Garcia, who manages one of the busiest bakeries anywhere, the hot and crusty in New York City's Grand Central Station. I want to go to New York, bro. It looks nice. The throngs of commuters passing through. I've never been on a plane before, actually. I've never been outside the state. I'm poor, but once I'm a travel. I'm recording stuff like that just for myself. I ain't got no companions. I ain't got no friends like that for real to really be, yeah. The throngs of community passing through the station ensure that on any working day, long lines of customers will be waiting for their place to orders. But Rosie finds that more and more of the customers she waits seem The more and more she waits on customers seem utterly distracted, staring vacantly into space. She'll say, "Can I help you?" and they notice nothing. She'll repeat, "Can I help you?" and they pay no attention. Shouting, "Can I help you?" usually breaks to them. It's not that Rosie's customers are deaf, it's that their ears are stuffed with two little headphones from an iPod. Their days lost. Huh? So her lungs be long because people be listening to music with their headphones on. And any scads of wait, what is this? What is this one about? Creeping disconnection. Okay. And any of scads of tunes on the personalized playlist, obvious to what's going on around them, and more to point, tuned out to everyone they go by. Of course, long before the iPod, the Walkman, and the cell phone categorized people walking down the street, blocking off raw contact with the bustle of life. The auto, a mode of passing through a public space utterly insulated by wraparound glass, a half ton or more of steel, and the lulling sound of a radio, started to process. Before the auto became commonplace, typically modes of travel from walking or being pulled along by a horse to riding a bullock cart kept travelers in easy proximity to the human world around them. The one-person show created by headphones intensifies social isolation, even when the wearer has one-on-one, face-to-face encounter. The sealed ears offer a ready-to excuse treat the other person as an object, something to navigate around rather than someone to acknowledge or, at the very least, notice. While life as a pedestrian offers the chance to greet someone approaching or spend a few minutes chatting with a friend, the iPod wearer can. Hey, y'all hear that? I'm sorry if y'all hear that in the background. This is girl on our track team. She's Caribbean. She's very loud. She's very loud. She might be a little schizophrenic. She's very loud. Random noises all the time. Just a lot of noise. A lot of talking. Very childish. Okay. While life as a pedestrian offers the chance to greet someone approaching or spend a few minutes chatting with a friend, the iPod wearer can readily ignore anyone looking at them in the universal. I'm coming, bruh! iPod wearer is protected. He's relating to someone, the stinger, the band, or the orchestra plugged into his have nothing whatever to do with the people who are just a foot or two away. To those extents, the rap listener has become largely indifferent. To the extent that technology absorbs people in a virtual reality and it deadens them to those who are actually nearby. The resulting social autism adds to the ongoing list of unattended human consequences of the continued invasion of technology into our daily lives. When was this book made? Because what is going on back there? His book was published 2006. So technology is way crazier now than I'm reading now. This is crazy. Constant digital connectivity means that even when we're on vacation, work stalks us. A survey of American workers found during their vacation time, 34% check in with their office so much that they come back as stressed or more, so that when they left, emails and cell phones penetrate essential barriers around private time and family life. The cell phone could ring on a picnic with the kids, and even at home, mom or dad could be absent from the family as they diligently go through their email every evening. Of course, the kids don't really notice. They're fixated on their own email, a web game, or the TV screen in their bedroom. A French report of a worldwide survey of viewers in the 72 countries revealed that in 2004, people spent an average of 3 hours and 39 minutes each day watching television. That shit probably up right now, 2026. 20 years? This book came out 20 years? Damn, oh, that book, what? This book older than me. No, it's not. It came out October 2006. I came out August. 19-year-old book. Japan was highest with 4 hours and 25 minutes. The United States came in a close second. Television, as the poet T.S. Eliot warned in 1963, when the then new medium was spreading into homes, permits millions of people to listen to the joke at the same time, and yet remain lonesome. The internet and the email have the same impact. A survey of 4,830 people in the United States found that for many, the internet has replaced television as the way free time gets used. The math, for every hour people...
Mr. Read a book.
Bro. Yo, it's you.
It's 10:30. Walmart closes at 11.
Yeah, I know.
Then he's asking me to hurry up. You can read the book later. I know
I said give me some time.
you. You said 10 minutes.
It hasn't been 10 minutes. I have a
It
ti-
has been
I have
10
a-
minutes,
I have
bro.
a whole timer.
No, you.
Yo. Why are you so loud? I hear your black ass all the way in here banging and screaming. I've been recording the whole fucking time. I can hear you screaming and banging. Why are you so loud?
You really talking your normal voice now?
The fuck are you yelling for? My apologies. Timer. Hold on, it's not even on no more. I'm dead. Hold on. That 8 minute and 55-second one, it's not even on. Am I done? Alright, so we're gonna bookmark it at how the hell do I'm gonna stick this right here. So we ended off at social neuroscience, so I'll post a part 2 to this. I'll probably be almost halfway through the book or something like that. Nah. It depends. I probably have a couple more videos coming out before this, but I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. That's Rome reads a book 30 minutes. It was a little longer than that, a little something. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Stay blessed and beautiful, man. And keep God in your life. Make sure for every 30 minutes y'all read, regular books. Read some Bible and stuff too. Keep God first, man. Love y'all boys, man. Peace out.